Power of Determination offers a devilish bargain. The immense power of a single tribute 2800 attack point monster cannot be understated, and it is yours to command if you're willing to pay the price. That price is having a 0 attack monster on your field during the opponent's turn. Fresh and easy to exploit with high attack boss monsters. Defending yourself from this threat is key to survival, and that is why we are running King's Majesty and Music Princess's Recital to negate attacks. We also have Shield and Sword, a powerful spell capable of turning a full field of dragons, psychics, or fiends into 0 attack monsters themselves, giving the opponent a taste of the medicine we oft must swallow. But that's not all. By using Shield and Sword, after activating the skill, Yurushima the Hermit becomes a 4800 attack point beast, with access to this blowout card, Widespread Ruin, and an entourage of high-statted warriors. The deck is surprisingly competent. It is worth noting that Yami Ruler is here for the 2500 stat line, and you rarely activate Delay Directive unless you've drawn it turn 1. Let's jump into replays. First up, we are against a Luke, and I land a turn 1 Delay Directive plus Yurushima the Hermit. Most players do not play around your 1-tweet monsters having 2000 defense. So we see Luke start their turn, they set a couple of monsters, but they are going to try to swing over my defense position set monster, and they take 500 damage for their troubles. We draw for turn and get an incredible hand, including Piercing Samurai and Shield and Sword. We actually could have ended the game this turn, but I didn't want to waste Shield and Sword if they had a Widespread Ruin set. So instead, I played a little bit more conservatively and simply clear the board and deal a ton of damage. My opponent goes next, and we're going to see them set up an Ancient Arise Dragon to clear out our Yami Ruler. They bring in a Seahorse Carrier to set up another boss monster, and it's a second Ancient Arise Dragon plus Gazelle. However, they don't play around the Recital, and that means we are getting in with a 4800 Yurushima the Hermit and finishing the game. Next up, we have a Royal Rebel Red Eyes player. And one thing that's really interesting to note is that the Hermit is a 0 attack monster, so heavy metal actually rarely gets value. My opponent starts with a set 5, and I respond in kind. But now, it is time for them to start bringing out boss monsters. Hammer Crush deals with one of my back row, but heavy metal chooses not to hit the Hermit. They probably have never seen the skill in action before. I swing in and they pop a barrier, so I end my turn, expecting them to have another barrier to deal with my Hermit should it swing into the heavy metal. They activate the skill and bring out the Red Eyes Black Dragon. I do have a Widespread Ruin, but I am still taking quite a bit of damage this turn. I decide to just play it conservatively and pass after setting some monsters, saving my Yami Ruler for the future. Here we go, I bring it in, and a Yurushima the Hermit as well. We do not delay directive because I want to clear all of the level 5 and higher monsters from the opponent's board to stop a heavy metal from coming in, or the Growl, but they managed to get a Growl anyway, and deal a ton of damage. I'm down to just 500 life, and I set the Yami Ruler face down, as the deck has no way to out a defense mode face down Yami Ruler. Now, I use my Shield and Sword to reduce the Fiends all the way down to 0 attack, and they surrender before we swing in for what is essentially over 6,000 damage of pure direct attacks. Alright, so this is probably the best possible showing we can get of the deck. I start with a set 5 and pass. Then my opponent is going to bring out a Barrel Dragon, and they set 1 card face down. But this Barrel Dragon is the only monster they summon. They use the effect and whiff before destroying one of my monsters over in the battle phase. But now it is our turn, and for turn, we draw a second Hermit and Shield and Sword, alongside a ton of trap cards. So not only are we well defended, but our Shield and Sword is actually presenting lethal damage. We use Shield and Sword to get a 4800 Yurushima the Hermit, head into the battle phase, and they don't have a trap card to stop us, meaning we get the KO with 2 Hermits and a Grace Princess for lethal. So we just have this one final replay I'm going to let play out for those of you who prefer the no commentary matches. Thank you everyone who did watch, And if you'd like to see more, the end card should include another spicy deck in my Noodle Ninja profile, and a second video where we can just see where the algorithm takes you. Thank you for watching, and I hope you come back soon.